Welcome to TMI Socials. I am Anwoluwapo Stevens, here to take you on an amazing ride in the world of social media, or better still, call me a social media butterfly. Well, this morning we get to begin in Lagos State, where hashtag Lagos State has been trending for interesting reasons. To let you know that heavily armed operatives of the Department of State Services, DSS, and the Nigerian police stormed Lagos State House of Assembly in the early hours of Monday, now sealing the office of the Speaker, Mojisola Meranda, her deputy, and the Clerk of the House. Well, it was gathered that about 10 a.m. yesterday, security personnel had taken control of the assembly premises at Alausa, Ikeja, frisking passersby and restricting movement. Now, the Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Mojisola Meranda, shed tears on Monday following the invasion of the House by officials of the Department of State Services. Surrounded by lawmakers, assembly staff, and security operatives, Mojisola was hailed at the assembly entrance by supporters. Let's have a feel of all of the drama that transpired yesterday. Well, that was Mojisola right there, getting all emotional about the drama that happened yesterday in Lagos State. Let's have a couple of tweets regarding the story and see how you reacted to it online. Well, the first user this morning says, "This is sad. This is not the Nigeria of our dream. All in all, Lagos and Nigeria will win. May Tinubu continue to succeed." And the church says, Another user says something else. Let's have a look. "Politics is not for the faint-hearted. Cry, they solve problems, madam. It's either you are in or out. Nigeria politics is not about your emotional outburst." Now, finally on the story, this user says, "What is going on in this country? DSS operatives invading the Lagos Assembly and disrupting proceedings. Only God knows what they are looking for. This kind of thing makes me wonder if we truly practice democracy in Nigeria." Well, away from that, let's move over to another interesting story. Well, this time around, some Nigerians have demanded an investigation into the allegations by a United States Congressman, Scott Petty. Now, the United States Agency for International Development funded terrorist organizations, including Boko Haram. Well, Perry, a Republican representing Pennsylvania, claimed during the inaugural hearing of the Subcommittee on Delivery on Government Efficiency on Thursday, and this got a lot of persons talking. Take a listen to Perry.
Who gets some of that money? Does that name ring a bell to anybody in the room? Because your money, $697 million annually, plus the shipments of cash funds madrasas, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, ISIS Khorasan, terrorist training camps. That's what it's funding. If you think that the program under Operation Enduring Sentinel entitled Women's Scholarship Endowment, which receives $60 million annually, or the Young Women Lead, which gets about $5 million annually, is going to women who, by the way, if you read the Inspector General's report, is telling you that the Taliban does not allow women to...
Well, so that was Perry over the course of last week saying and making allegations saying that USAID actually found terrorist groups like likes of Boko Haram and the rest. Now, how did you take the story online? Let's have a couple of tweets regarding this particular story. Now, we'll start off with this user who says, Obama and co. destabilized the Goodluck government for their selfish gain. They painted him black. They disrupted his government, making him look like a bad leader or more. Now, another user says something else. This one says, but these are allegations, and he was hypothetically speaking. If the money doesn't get to the intended recipients, then it could have been diverted anywhere, including to terrorists. It could also have been entering into the pockets of corrupt politicians. As it is, there are zero paper trail, zero money trail, zero physical evidence, just a Republican painting the most goriest scenarios ever. So should we believe him or not? Anyway, moving away from that to another story. While still on the foreign scene, we saw a bit of shenanigans the other time as a BBC investigation has uncovered allegations that energy giant Shell has ignored repeated warnings that a controversial cleanup operation of oil polluted areas of southern Nigeria has been beset by problems and corruption. Well, the multinational headquartered in London, along with the Nigerian government, has repeatedly stated that work to clean up oil contaminated sites of Ogoni land, which kicked off around 8 years ago, is going well. But the BBC has discovered evidence that they were warned repeatedly over several years that the scheme set up by the government and funded by various oil firms to the tune of $1 billion has been suffering from a string of issues. Now let's take a look at the protest that happened outside the country. Take a look.
Justice for Nigeria! Justice for Nigeria! Justice for Nigeria!
We ask all delegates to vacate the main room. White stages and green stages, please can you pause your presentations?
How dare you? Shell has been polluting the Niger Delta for the last 70 years. You have been poisoning the land, you have been poisoning the water, and you have been poisoning the air. We demand justice for Nigeria.
Right, and that story trended over the weekend, #Justice for Nigeria. Let's have a couple of tweets and see how you took the story online, and let's see what the netizens are still saying at this point. Well, this user says, not everyone abroad is wise. This is not how to pass a message. Really? Another user says, let's have a feel. This is a crucial issue. The communities in the Niger Delta have suffered for too long. I hope their voices are heard and justice is served. Well, finally on the story from this user, what are Nigerian citizens doing for themselves regarding the issue? What about the Nigerian government as well? Well, moving away from that to Osun State, where the Osun State Governor, Ademola Adeleke, has ordered security agencies to take control of all local government secretariats in the state. Now, following violent clashes over an alleged attempted takeover by sacked All Progressive Congress chairman and councillors. Well, in a statement released on Monday via his X page, Adeleke urged residents and politicians, regardless of party affiliation, to stay away from the secretariat to prevent further bloodshed and safeguard public property. Let's have two tweets on the story and see what you have been saying. Now, this first user says, The governor should be held responsible for what happened to the innocent APC members going about their normal activities yesterday in Oshu. And another user says something else. Another user says, if we could have that one right now. Well, this one says, not only that the local government secretariat's been secured, but the perpetrators of the dastardly act should be brought to book. Well, finally, as we wrap things up this morning on the entertainment scene, the senator representing the Delta North Senatorial District, Ned Wilco, has debunked claims that he plans to marry Nollywood actor Chika Ike and the father of her unborn child. Well, earlier yesterday, Regina Daniels, wife of Wilco, deactivated her Instagram account and further got people talking about speculations of trouble in their marriage. Now, he came out yesterday to say he is not getting ready to marry Chika Ike and is not even the father of her child. But how did you take the story online? Let's have two tweets as we get to wrap things up this morning. Well, this user says, once you settle for polygamy, please do not expect to be the last wife. Ladies, choose wisely. And another user says something else. But why is Regina surprised? How did she come in? She is not in the position to get angry. She knows who she married now. Okay, interesting conversation as always. Philip?
Well, it's in the African nature to be polygamous. And so what do you expect? But I'm talking about the leadership stories.
Okay.
You just talk about, most especially as regards, the justice for Nigeria. Well, I want to agree with the former comments made that though you fight in the right cause, but your presentation of that is wrong. And I want to believe that, Nigerians should stay intact, make sure that we are not caught in a bad web or in a bad light. Whatever happens, they say, what happens to the developed polities has a ripple effect on the developing countries. Well, so much onto this TMI. Big thanks for joining us. We go on this same outing, same time tomorrow. Keep it there with us. I am Philip, Omo Viewpoint. Bye for now.